turn now to that incredibly moving, breaking news story, a shocking story. Counter-terror police are now leading the investigation into an anti-Semitic firebomb attack feared to have been orchestrated by Iran. Now I'm joined in the studio by GB News' chief political correspondent, Catherine Fawcett. Catherine, a genuinely concerning and heartbreaking situation. I spoke with Levi Shapiro, a Jewish community leader, earlier on the show. The feeling on the ground in Golders Green, they're shocked, but they're not surprised. Sense almost of inevitability about this attack. Don't forget, in March 2024, Mike Freer, the parliamentarian for the Conservative Party for Golders Green, he left office after his office was firebombed. In July 2024, people with Palestinian flags drove through this area in Golders Green, asking for Jewish women to be raped. You can see the scenes there, aerial footage of these burned out vehicles, ambulances that were led by a Jewish charity, helping not just Jewish community, but anybody in that area, targeted, specifically, firebombed, burned out. This is the aftermath. We understand an organisation that's Iranian-backed, claiming responsibility. They're called Harakat Ashab al-Yamin al-Islamiyah. Now, they've recently called, Catherine, for continental-wide attacks across Europe, in the Netherlands and elsewhere, targeted attacks on schools, on synagogues. Very, very much a feeling, Catherine, that the terror is amongst us, Jewish community feeling like they want to leave the nation. Quite a handful for politicians to be having to deal with. Nevertheless, they attempted. First, early on, I believe, Wes Streeting went to the scene. Yes,
shocking, but not surprising, but so horrendous, these images, ambulances of all things to attack. And of course, we've seen a real rise in anti-Semitism following October the 7th and the war in Gaza, and now continuing again, influenced by events in the Middle East. So Wes Streeting, the health secretary, spoke a bit earlier. Let's have a look first at what he had to say.
Those responsible for this attack must know that the Jewish community will not face up to this hatred alone. The whole country will stand with them. And when we think about some of the recent anti-Semitic attacks we've seen in this country, now is a time for all decent-minded people to stand up, to speak up with one voice, that we will stand with the Jewish community here and across the country in confronting this vile anti-Semitism.
So the health secretary there saying that the whole country stands with the Jewish community. Opposition leader Kemi Badenoch has also in the last hour or so been speaking to. Let's have a look at what she says now.
We need to make sure that we crack down on hate crime across the board. But it's quite clear that there is a particular problem with the rising attacks on Jewish people. There is an increase in the hatred of Jews. We saw that horrific attack in Heaton Park. I think that we need to do more than just telling Jewish people to have more security. I think it's appalling that I go to Jewish primary schools and they've got security guards standing outside. We need to root out this hatred from its source. It's coming from many places, a lot of misinformation, and even in some extreme cases, extreme Islamist groups, we see people bringing in attitudes that are not in line with how we tend to see equality across races.
So that is Kemi Badenoch there. The Prime Minister, of course, at lunchtime met with Jewish leaders in number 10 Downing Street. He's had a very busy day because then he was at the Liaison Committee and now in a Cobra meeting. Of course, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, the Labour Mayor, this has happened in Golders Green, a very heavily Jewish area of London. He has also been speaking. Let's have a look at what he has to say now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Next UK, your go-to for real stories and sharp analysis.
Dark day for London. Jewish Londoners who volunteer to provide a service for all Londoners have been attacked for no other reason than because they are Jewish. This is an anti-Semitic hate crime, and it's really important for all of us to show allyship to the Jewish community.
An anti-Semitic hate crime, but the problem is we are seeing more and more of these instances, and for all that the government says we will send protection to synagogues and we want to schools and so on, you cannot have everywhere protected all of the time. It's just not possible. But we are now in an age where Jewish people increasingly do not feel safe in Britain.
Sadiq Khan there saying this is a cowardly attack. It is. It's an anti-Semitic attack. It is. I wonder, Catherine Forster, a lot of people contacting us are saying, why did Sadiq Khan not go to Golders Green and show his face publicly as West Streeting did? And am I being cynical, or are viewers being cynical, when they say, I don't know, if a mosque had been attacked, Sadiq Khan would have cleared his diary and turned up? It just seems, I don't know, not quite mayor-like to have turned up to Golders Green and shown true solidarity by being there in person.
I don't have the answer of why he wasn't there. I think that his team would say he is the mayor of London, one of the most important capital cities on earth. He has a huge number of responsibilities. That is what I suspect that they would argue, but I can see that there will be people who think that perhaps he should have been there.
Keir Starmer also earlier on saying, my thoughts are with the Jewish community. It's really important we all stand together. We don't stand together, do we? These incidents clearly show there is a growing cancer with anti-Semitism. We don't stand together. No more thoughts and prayers, no more lessons learned. There needs to be a serious clampdown and sharpish before somebody gets killed again.